Hey kids, Daniel here. I've touched briefly on the certain aspects of Dance Dance Revolution that frankly could use some improvement, in particular the worst charts in the game. If you haven't seen that video, good. You're not missing much, so let's just leave it at that. Now today we'll be discussing, not even the songs themselves. Rest assured, I will be milking that concept at a later date. But for now, just the titles of the songs. I was thinking about making a sort of Hall of Shame for the worst DDR song names of all time. Because of course there's no way to make them all perfect. For every Dynamite Rave, or Max 300, or Air Heroes, or Splash Gold, you have things like Jam and Marmalade, Sexy Planet, Wow Wow Venus. But working my way through, I realized it was a little more complicated than that. I know it's the most benign nitpicking thing ever imaginable, but this is like all I could think about recently, so I had to tell somebody, as stupid as it sounds. So I hope you guys get a kick out of it. Now, maybe you had a certain song in mind. I bet I know which one you're thinking of right now. You got it in your head? Alright, well here it is. Little Bitch. Little Bitch. Yes, I'm dedicating an entire section of this video just to one song. I remember it like it was yesterday. Scrolling through the track list, it was in the blue ones. Yeah, it was in the blue ones, next to Butterfly. So if you wanted to play Butterfly, you'd have to see it right there. I just remember thinking, holy frick, there's a song in this game called Little B Word. But I want to know how this even happened, how we got to this point. Well, Little Bitch does not appear in the PlayStation release of DDR in North America, and in Japan, of course, no one cares. And not to mention the ESRB doesn't rate arcade machines. So, maybe they just didn't know any better. Like, there's cultural differences. I mean, look at the lyrics, too. These are really dark songs. But you gotta give them the benefit of the doubt. Until a few years later, in DDR 4th Mix, there was one, too. Little Bitch, which is a cover of the original.
Hey you! Don't do that! Do this! It's the Bust Up Bitch song!
And who can forget the classic, Open Up and Put It In the Whistle song, Blow My Whistle Baby, which is what I thought it was until I heard the original version, in which a different, much angrier man says, "Blow my whistle, bitch!" And wouldn't you know, DDR Max 2 in Japan has the whistle song, Blow My Whistle, Bitch. Except they don't, because the audio they use is still Blow My Whistle, Baby. But they just wrote bitch over the title, just for the fun of it, I suppose. So, yeah, the verdict is that they knew exactly what they were doing. But we still need to go back to the root of this entire issue. Little Bitch was a ska song written in 1979. What was it doing in DDR1? There was like 10 songs, and somehow Little Bitch made the cut. Wasn't DDR for, dance music? From Dance Mania? Well, you'd be right, and Little Bitch was in Dance Mania in 1998, almost 20 years after it was released. I'm not gonna ask why, I don't know how it happened. But after that, of course, Little Bitch faded into obscurity, going under the radar, until a few years later, it came back in a completely different game. You know what it is, right? That's right, it's Super Mario Sunshine. Here's a challenge. Name a song where the title is just a number and nothing else. No, not those ones. Those are songs with words, where the number is important in some way. The same cannot be said about something like, say, 9, and yes, it is 9, not IX, because it's hard-coded to be put in the numbers section when you sort alphabetically. Oh, and no, I personally don't believe someone loudly screaming is enough justification to call it 9. Let's go over some other good ones. I'm sure we've all seen this one. How do you pronounce this song? Because there is a way to pronounce it, and it's not .59. It's Tengoku, but yeah, I'm sure you knew that one already, right? This is a form of Japanese wordplay known as Goroawase, where numbers or symbols are substituted in place of characters. That's also where we get the Konami number from. Go is 5, Nana is 7, and Mi is 3. And I know what you're thinking. Nice try, Daniel. But everyone knows it's Ichi-ni-san, not me. Well, you didn't let me finish, because you can also use the character's traditional Japanese reading, known as
That's the sound.
kunyomi. Let's look at the meaning behind a few other number songs. 511. The original sound design studio for Beatmania was located in room 511 at Konami HQ. They would eventually move down the hall to room 588, which is the title of another Beatmania song. 20 November, DJ Nagario's birthday. 1998. That's the year DDR was released. 8 million. Ancient Buddhist teaching. 888. Nope. According to DJ Tech Norch, it's Hachiya Soba. Now, Hachi and Ya both mean 8, and Soba, cause he said so, I don't know. Considering the very first DDR release was only capable of producing one single lowercase letter, I'd say we've come pretty far in terms of what they try to pull on us. Started by easing us in with little dashes and squigglies here and there. Now anything goes, just blinging out the songs with accent marks and dashes and dots, scribbling in little hearts and stars and all kind of crazy stuff. Candy Heart and Candy Star are the worst offenders. Am I supposed to say the symbol? How do I tell them apart otherwise? We've got heart, love, squared sugar arrow heart. We've got stars, star star star, retuned by Hal, DDR edition. It looks like someone's mailing address. You've got Delta Max, you've got Max period, you know, just in case, in case that one went over our heads, of course. Anniversary, 9 buttons, up, down, left, right. I don't know which parts you're supposed to say out loud. Maybe just think it in your head for an extra second before moving on. My favorite, however, is this one. Do you see it? That ZZ symbol is a custom-made character just for this game that doesn't exist in real life and was only ever implemented in DDR Extreme. Honestly, when it comes to special characters, DDR is pretty tame compared to the other games. Something like this, or what the fuck is this? And now, we recently received 2 from Sound Voltex, the Omega in Oversoul, and the classic double angle brackets in Lacrima Requiem. The stupid RE colon. It's in everything. It even made its way into the title of a whole game. Who knows what's the fascination with these 2 letters? I do. I have a general idea, at least. A lot of Japanese subculture started on the internet with forums and message boards. If you were sending people messages, you were bound to see it. It might be one of the only English words you see, allowing to gain this kind of notoriety / memehood. Now we have regeneration, love is the power, reborn, and even reverse is backwards with :E capital R. Is that really acceptable, by the way? You can just write the name of the song backwards, use whatever letters, numbers, wingding, it doesn't matter, anything goes. Which brings me to my last point. Look, I like to think of myself as more on the traditional side. Song titles should be so you know what the title of the song is. There shouldn't be all these crazy decked out nonsense words or guessing games to how it's pronounced. I just want to know what I'm playing. But even if it's clear as day in plain English, some titles still manage to make absolutely no sense. When I say make no sense, let me give you some good examples. Bag, 'cause it's bagpipes. Egoism 440 is a reference to Paranoia 180. Arrabbiata, because it's Middle Eastern sounding. Nope, that's actually wrong. Arrabbiata means spicy, like pasta arrabbiata. So yeah, they messed that one up. But technically, it should have been called arabesque, but enough of that. Let's look at a few crazy ones. In the same vein as getting a cool-looking Chinese tattoo, without really knowing the meaning, you can easily emulate the trademark Japanese rhythm game song title formula. Step 1, turn your brain off. Step 2, pick 2 or 3 words that sound cool. Step 3, there is no step 3, that's all there is. I've done it, we've all done it. The less sense it makes, the cooler it sounds. Like, how about a stupid barber? Out of all the professions, really. Revolutionary addict, synergy for angels, Nephilim Delta, chocolate philosophy. Those are in fact words, but there's nothing there beyond that. Daily lunch special? Just kidding, that one kicks ass. They also really enjoy sciencey sounding words. Neutrino, antimatter, cytokinesis, zephyranthes. Oh, and mental disorders as well for some reason. Paranoia, egoism. Yeah, I know 2 seconds ago I said egoism was good, but it's also bad. Mythomane is a song that just came out, another word for a pathological liar. Oh, and here we go. Puberty dysthymia, which means depression. I know you too well, Japan. Maybe I understand with bitch, but you, of all people, have to at least know the word puberty. Come on. Or, well, actually, maybe not. And these are all over every Bimani game. How about Sol Cosine Job 2? Oh, no, I'm sorry. How silly of me. It's Sokushin Jobutsu, which means that one becomes a yeah, fucking right. Now hold on, Daniel. Aren't you being a little harsh? They're just experimenting and trying to be creative. You're completely right. I wasn't planning on just ripping on them the whole video. There are some really good song titles as well. Let's see. Well, we got to get this one out of the way right off the bat. Monkey Business. And you see there's a picture of a monkey, and he is selling a can of bananas, and that is his monkey business. And yeah, that's it. That's the only one.